How a 21st century language class should be. In order to know how a 21st century language teacher in Colombia should be, we have to ask ourselves how a 21st century class should look like in the same context. If you commit yourself to find the answer, there isn't a whole answer to that question, one that covers all the elements of an ideal class or lesson. But there are things that no language class should overlook in the current times. First, a foreign language class must be a space where students not only develop functional language skills, but also critical thinking and awareness of the language. Language and all its components of meaning and praxis are related to the contemporary topics as relevant today. Things that put the language class in the same ground as students and gets closer to the goal of classroom appearing just like reality. Later, language as the knowledge itself represents for the students an opportunity for collaboration and creativity, which the language class should help to develop and strengthen by the means of pedagogy and teamwork. The language class must bring opportunities for creative tasks and collaborative work, where students have the opportunity to know why language is knowledge. What topics a 21st century language class should include? When we talk about language class topics, we talk about curriculum. The curriculum refers to all the activities children engage under the auspices of the school, not only what they learn, but also how they learn it. Now, curriculum is a document that refers to all the studies seen throughout the year. If you want to know what these exact topics should be, you will be missing the point of curriculum reflection. You have to engage students into learning experiences that they need to go through in order to acquire the language, and beyond that, the things that you can do as teacher inside that classroom to develop a student's linguistical and critical capacity. Nowadays, curriculum needs to be actualized with those educational necessities the Colombian students demand. In brief, critical thinking, collaborative work, creativity, and linguistical knowledge.
As teachers, one of our main challenges in modern education is to teach our students meaningful and contextualized knowledge. This is because the students' motivation about learning is a cause of teachers not providing them with purposeful information or not implementing contextualized methodologies to engage students in the best way. To prevent that, teachers should always teach based on the context they are. One of the most essential tools in teaching are textbooks. However, many teachers tend to teach only with the information they find in these textbooks. Most likely, this information is not contextualized and sometimes is even far from reality. So teachers need to adapt these materials to avoid teaching irrelevant or not purposeful information. An example of this is to situate knowledge teachers are teaching into the lived experience of our students, making this knowledge more interesting, easily and thoroughly to learn. It is also crucial for teachers to comprehend the cultural characteristics and experiences of their students, as well as their strengths and weaknesses to personalize more the teaching process. Another relevant aspect teachers should take into account is the fact that their words should and will go beyond the classroom, as some students don't have a model to follow in their lives. So many times they see their teachers as a parental figure, and this increases the teacher's responsibility and makes more powerful the teacher's words. This is one of the reasons teachers should always be careful with their words, as this can change students' behavior and even lives. Having said that, we can see that teachers are not only limited to teach a language class, but also they have to form and educate human beings, teach and explain to them what is wrong and what is right, and this is where language teaching goes beyond the classroom and starts getting into the personal lives of the students.
One of the greatest challenges for the teachers in the 21st century is to try to use technology as a friend, as a tool of teaching, and even more in teaching English. Using the technology to expand the knowledge and using it into practice, promote in a more versatile and agile way of learning. This way, with the plenty of tools that we can find on internet, we will be able to teach easily our students all topics that should teach. On the other hand, we have the lack of interest that the students have regarding to the language learning. We should design and promote new and modern strategies to call their attention and show more friendly environment that makes the students comfortable in their own learning process. At the end of the day, the most important is that the students feel our support and help, making the teaching and learning process more practical and successful.